he decided to introduce his own favorite to his wife. "This lady has served me, and now she wishes to serve you," chuckled Henry IV. The young woman in question blushed deeply, and she was no shrinking violet. Henrietta d'Entraigues, though accustomed to the King of France's rude jokes, couldn't hold back this time. She dashed out of the Queen's chambers, lifting her skirts. The Queen herself was equally taken aback, but such was the nature of King Henry. "He is poorly raised and rough around the edges. He's almost a commoner," lamented Henry's first wife, the lovely Margaret of Valois. Compared to Henry of Guise and the brothers of the Queen of Navarre, the Béarnese truly looked like a country bumpkin. But Henry was unfazed and even took pride in it. While he was not unfamiliar with refined manners, it was amusing to see the courtiers' faces stretch in dismay whenever he let slip a curse, or when he paraded in a mud-splattered cloak at a royal reception. However, his flamboyance wasn't as ostentatious as it may seem. Despite the efforts of his pious mother, Henry had become a man with liberal views on decorum. Once he became King of France at the end of the 16th century, the Béarnese no longer felt the need to pretend. Yes, he had to change his faith for the 6th time, because otherwise Paris would not have accepted him, but in his personal life, he preferred not to hide. The royal favorites were the talk of the town. They replaced one another even when France had a new official queen, Marie de Medici. As is well known, Henry divorced Margaret of Valois because they had no children from their marriage, and the dynasty needed heirs. But the newlywed didn't abandon his old habits and continued to visit Henrietta d'Entraigues. I covered more about her in my video on Madame Zanoza. At her request, the king arranged for his favorite to join the staff of his wife. But, as always, he did it rather bluntly. Historian Guy Chassanet-Noguer described how it happened. Henrietta was required to kiss the hem of the queen's gown, but Henry pushed the young woman forward so forcefully that she fell to her knees before the sovereign. "She is my favorite," the king announced, "but now she will serve you as well." Maria de Medici quickly realized that her marriage would not be easy, but she had no idea just how challenging it would be. Her husband placed his legitimate children alongside the bastards from the Duchess of Beaufort, treating them all as equals. If the Dauphin Louis misbehaved, he faced stern reprimands. If César de Vendôme, the eldest son of the Duchess, acted up, he could expect no less punishment. The Queen protested, demanding that the illegitimate children be sent away, but Henry of Navarre remained steadfast. At one point, both Maria de Medici and Henrietta were expecting, and the king cheerfully told his friends, "I'm about to have a prince and his servant." He continued to pursue other women. He cooled toward Henrietta, and a new nymph caught his eye. Then came his latest infatuation, the daughter of Constable Montmorency. However, the young lady was not eager to submit and preferred to flee far from Paris and the adoration of her royal suitor. And what was the queen doing? She was fuming and spending. Maria de Medici soothed her displeasure by purchasing jewelry, soon amassing an impressive collection. When her patience wore thin, loud arguments echoed throughout the Louvre. "Your head is filled with nothing but skirts," the queen would shout, according to historian Helene Fischel. It's no wonder that Henry IV's son, the future King Louis XIII, was almost indifferent to women, having witnessed his mother's distress and his father's exploits. His strictness regarding relationships so astonished his contemporaries that they began to interpret his behavior in their own ways, far from the truth. Louis simply did not share Henry's moral outlook. But that's a story for another time. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe, like, and thank you for your comments.